What's going on, Blue Noses? We got so much to talk about in this video. So many questions that I want to ask you guys as well. How are your emotions as well going forward for the rest of the season? So stick around. Who could be the possible new gaffers to guide our glorious football club going forward? Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? It's me again, the boy in blue. If you're new to the channel, Up the Blues. We've got so much to talk about today, and there's so many questions that I want to ask you guys as well in terms of how you are feeling. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you worried how our club is going to go for the remainder of the season? Granted that the transfer window is open, but obviously Blues now sit 20th, just 6 points clear of the bottom three, with Sheffield Wednesday closing the gap slightly. So yeah, I just want to know your thoughts. So we're going to go into a bit of a recap. So with Rooney gone, your final thoughts on that? Was you happy, relieved, disappointed, and you think that you should have had longer? The coaches are staying at present. Nothing's been mentioned yet. So what are your thoughts on Cole and O'Shea? Rooney's statement, 13 weeks not long enough. Me personally, I thought it was. I don't know what you guys think if you're new to the channel and stuff as well. Also, Atalanta, 2 offers in now for Jordan James, both being rejected. What would you accept for Jordan James going forward? Because don't forget, this will help us with the FFP scenario in terms of expanding the squad and to see what players we can bring in. So it'd be interesting to know your thoughts on that as well. Ticket prices were also mentioned from various fans and stuff as well, from social media and on the radio and things like that, saying that the ticket prices should be dropped, lowered to maybe £25 a ticket or something. So that's quite interesting. Yeah, so are you concerned now that we're 20th, 6 points from the bottom three, managerless at the minute? Are you worried or are you excited with what's coming? Also, are you happy with the club's statement on Rooney? When they announced and they held their hands up that they was accountable for, it just didn't work. So it'd be interesting to know your thoughts on that. So yes, we're just going to get into it now. Back from what we was talking about yesterday with the possibility of some managers on the odds. So we had Neil Warnock at 20-1, Gary Rowett 15-1, Alex Neil 12-1, Tony Mowbray 8-1, Nathan Jones 6-1, Paul Heckingbottom 5-1, Lee Carsley 5-1, John Eustace 4-1, Jesse Marsh 3-1, Will Still 5-2, and Steve Cooper 2-1. Now this was from yesterday, so obviously it's changed a bit now, but it looks like that Steve Cooper is the one leading the range still at the minute that Blues do want to try and get hold of. So it's going to be interesting to see what is going to happen in the next few days, whether we get some sort of information or like any clarity or like any reassurance. But yeah, it's just nerve-wracking. I'm just like, same again, you know, my emotions are all over the place. I want Blues to do well. So it's just, yeah, just keeping me on the edge of my seat. I'm always looking on the news for statements and things like that. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting times, but also like it's worrying times, you know, to 20th, and obviously it's not going to be easy for whoever comes in next. You know, they've still got the work cut out, and it all depends if they want to carry on with this no fear football or they just want to scrap that off. So that's going to be interesting to see where we go from here in terms of a new manager. But yeah, there's a few names mentioned more interestingly out those that are reeled off from yesterday. So there was Neil Warnock, 75 years old. John Eustace return, 44 years old. Gary Rowett return, 49 years old. Tony Mowbray, 60 years old. Or Steve Cooper, which is one of the favourites, is 44 years old. So let's get into their managerial stats and statistics. So we've got Warnock with 1,433 games in total of his managerial career, with the highest win ratio with 43.68%. John Eustace, 66 games in total of his managerial career, with his highest win ratio of 33%. Garry Cooke, 480 games in total with his highest win ratio of 40%. Or Tony Mowbray with 748 games, highest win ratio of 41%. Steve Cooper, 220 games all in all from his managerial career with a 41.82% win ratio. So there is not a lot in terms of Rooney, Mowbray and Cooper going off on the win ratios. So I mean, how would you feel about those three in particular if it was rounded off? Oh, and obviously Warnock as well with his 43.68 as well. So that was 4 managers. And then obviously John Eustace just slightly below with the 33%. So it'd be interesting to know what's going to happen. So looking at Warnock's overall managerial of how many teams that he's actually managed for, a whopping 19 teams all in all. So that is like a fantastic CV. He's got the experience. Could be very good even if it wasn't a permanent thing, just to steer us till the end of the season. I mean, that's a good CV there for Tom Wagner to have a look at. So 19 games all in all for him. Then back to John Eustace with 5 managerial roles for teams. He was the Birmingham manager, Ireland assistant manager, QPR caretaker manager, QPR assistant manager, and the Kidderminster manager. So he's got 5 on his CV. Maybe he could claim his old job back. Who knows? Garry Cooke as well. He's got 8 teams that he's had involvement with in terms of his managerial career as well, which looks good. He's got the experience to make a comeback if that's what Tom Wagner would be interested in. He's got a whopping 8. So Millwall manager, Stoke City manager, Derby manager, Blues manager, Burton Albion manager, Burton Albion assistant manager, England under 16s assistant manager, and Derby under 18s manager. Tony Mowbray as well. He's got 9 teams on his CV as well that he's had experiences for in his managerial career. He was a Sunderland manager, Blackburn manager, Coventry manager, Middlesbrough manager, Celtic manager, West Brom manager, Hibernian FC manager, Ipswich caretaker manager, and Ipswich assistant manager. So he's got a good CV as well for Tom Wagner and the board to also consider him. And then obviously the last one, which a lot of the Blues fans are hoping for, me included, Steve Cooper. He's got 7 on his managerial team experience in terms of his CV. If he did want the Blues managerial role, he's got experience in Nottingham Forest manager, Swansea manager, England under 17s manager, England under 16s manager, Liverpool under 18s manager, Liverpool academy manager, and Liverpool youth manager. So these managers are really good candidates for the role. It's just going to be really interesting to see who's going to get it. But guys, I just want to hear your thoughts on it. I've still got comments from some of the other videos to watch as well. But more importantly, if there's one thing you take away from this video, I want all the fans to light up St Andrews. Let's all get back together, support the club, support the board, and I just hope that they get it right this time. I hope they get it right and they make the right decision. And obviously we'll get our glorious club back to where it belongs. So keep right on through the joys and sorrows too. Come on, you Blue Boys, come on!